Well, 2021 is most definitely shaping up as the year of the adoption of digital products and services. The pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, has forced new and innovative ways of working to allow the property industry to continue on. And, we've seen such things as digital viewings, we've seen keyless access through digital keys. We've seen the whole tenant referencing process sped up by the use of open banking and not having to wait to hear from employers and previous landlords and all that kind of thing. So it's a very, very interesting time. And one of the key things about being a digital landlord is it aids with your compliance. Now, we all know that as a landlord, you have many, many legal obligations to provide your tenant with a safe and compliant home. And I think I'm right in saying that currently there's over 180 government statutes and regulations that you need to adhere to in order to make sure that your property is safe and compliant for your tenant. And we're all human, and it's quite easy to forget something or miss something, or for something to slip through the net. And that's where digital tools like Lendlord come in. And I'm once again joined by Lendlord co-founder and CEO Avram Shahar. And Avram, in our themed month, Landlord Digital Lives, we've heard from lots of different landlords about how valuable Lendlord has been in helping them be compliant. And let's not forget that Lendlord's kind of initially came out as a property portfolio financial management system, and it's had lots of other different modules added over the last 18 months, 2 years or so, and people are really getting so much benefit from the compliance aspect, and reminding when you need a new gas safety certificate, or you need a new EPC done, or you need your insurance renewing. These are all just automated alerts, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely. So once you store your details, your property details at the Lendlord software, then automatically you can get alert on basically any due date. And it can be all the compliance things like gas safety certificates, EPCs, EICR due dates, and of course, as you mentioned, insurance due dates, mortgage product expiry dates, midterm inspection, and you can store many dates and get alerts when the time comes to do something. And
you're going to give us a little demo and just show us how to not, obviously you have to input the data first, so you have to let the software know when certain things are going to expire, but once you've done that, then it's just working on your behalf in the background, waiting for the due date to come up to signal to you that you need to do something. How does that occur, Avram, when you've got an important compliance due date starting to appear on the horizon?
Okay, yes. So first, you need to enter the data. The way you do it is, for this example, I will add the new property. So in the right sidebar, let's put just like an address for the example. And I will not put now any other data, just the due dates. So the first due date will be in the mortgage fields, and this is your mortgage expiry date. Now,
and that's really important because obviously if you're on a fixed term rate, you would want to know when you're going to go onto the lender's SVR. They of course will notify you themselves, but things can get lost in the post, the dog can chew up the envelope. This is kind of like a fail-safe really, just a backup as well to make sure. And as Avram was I'm sure about to say, you may be coming to the end of your mortgage term, in which case you definitely need to think about if you are going to remortgage to another lender, or you're going to sell the property, or whatever it might be. You have to be ahead of the game in thinking about how you're going to take action when that event occurs.
Yes, definitely. So this is very important, and you can track, just put the due date and you will get alert. And I will show after that where you get those alerts. There are many, not many, but several places that you can see the due dates, and the places that you can basically get the alerts, and it will be through your email and in the notification sidebar that I will show in a minute. After that, I would go to the property details fields, and here there are other important due dates. So if it's an HMO property, you can track the HMO license due date. This is like another thing you can store. Let's go to midterm inspection date. So it's, yeah, of course you have also fire alarm test date, emergency lighting test date, but where, yeah, midterm property inspection due date. So if you do it by your own, you can track this due date as well. I put all the dates now like close, so I want you to see the alerts after that. So let's put February 2021. Then landlord insurance due date, when your landlord insurance is about to expire, and you need basically to renew it.
Yeah, and I think just to point out, Abraham, that you're going through all of the compliance issues. That it's like a prompt. You know, some landlords may not be aware of some of the things that they're legally obliged to do, and if they see one of these fields, it could you know, tip them that they need to take care of that aspect of the business.
Definitely, yeah. It's also like you can look at it as some kind of like a checklist.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I was reaching for that word, checklist.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, definitely. So the next section is your gas safety certificate fields, and here also you can put, okay, when is my next date that I need to renew my certificate, and as well here you can put the due date. After that, the EICR, the electrical check. I'm not sure if it's like every 5 years now, or
yes, it's every 5 years.
So also important to put this date and be on track when the time comes. EPC. So first, of course, you can track your when is the current when basically you got the certificate, and what is the level of your property in terms of the efficiency level, and when is the next due date. And this is not sure if it's 5 or 10 years as well, but of course you can store this due date on Lendlord. And if you have other financial products also with expiry dates, excuse me, you can definitely put it as well. So now let's store this property. That is 96. I click done. Then you can see that immediately I get notifications for due dates that are about to expire in the next 3 months. So in the alerts notification sidebar, and this accessible from this icon on the top bar, you can see that I have now electrical check due date in March 9th, mortgage product expiry date, landlord insurance date, gas certificate due date, and I also have from different property gas safety certificate that was already expired. And here I can either schedule an engineer to take care of it, or just update the due date. Perhaps this was just like this was the problem. If you want to see your entire due dates, you can go to the insights page, and here you will have a list of all your next 12 months due dates.
So that you can see how fantastic that is to have it all it literally diarized like that. And I think the other thing to say, Abraham, is that should new legislation or regulation be introduced by the government, because this is you know, digital technology, your team can immediately update and add in new fields relevant to that new legislation. As indeed, as an example, when the stamp duty holiday was announced, Lendlord team were immediately able to go in and change the stamp duty calculator to reflect the new stamp duty regime. So again, you know, everything is right up to date, and you know, when you're running a business, when you know literally your tenants' lives could be at stake if you make a mistake, you should really appreciate the importance of being a compliant landlord and having these reminders to help you to be a compliant landlord. And obviously, Avram, here in the UK, if you are a non-compliant landlord, the fines are very, very significant. And there, in some cases, there are unlimited fines. And if something terrible happened, like there was a boiler issue at your property and there was a carbon monoxide leak, and a tenant, God forbid, died, you would have evidence that you had a gas safety certificate done and that you'd had your boiler maintained. So all of these, it's building up into an audit trail as well, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. And you can see everything diarized in this page, and you can get all the alerts, and you can see the checklist on the My Portfolio page to see all the information that you need to track. You can also integrate it to your, if you maintain a Google Calendar, you can also put it as a reminder on your own personal calendar in one click. So you like another place to track the due dates. And of course, you will also receive an email from Landlord before the due dates, and you can define the frequency on the settings page. So if you want to receive due date notification, you can mark all the reminders, or okay, just remind me 30 days before, that's enough. That's also something you can do. So you can configure the alerts as well to your email. So I would say this is the place. If you want to be on track on all the due dates, just make sure that you put all the due dates on Landlord. I also created this to showcase a due dates view. We have a separate video how to set up views, but here you can see, like, for each property all the dates, and you can see that I, in this demo account, didn't enter all the dates. So this is also a way to understand, okay, which dates I didn't enter, and just go edit the property and add all the relevant due dates. So you will have everything tracked and be alerted.
Indeed. All in one place, all on one piece of software in the cloud that you can access from anywhere. As we call it, it's like carrying your portfolio in your pocket. And you could get a reminder and act on it instantly, and keep compliant. So I'm sure everybody's been extremely impressed with that demo, Aviram. It really is belts and braces, actually, isn't it? Just making sure that nothing could possibly kind of fall through the gaps.
Yes. This is the goal of for us at Lendlord, to develop this platform, like to have landlords be more organized, be alerted, get a lot of insights and information, and of course you can carry it on your mobile to anywhere.
Indeed. Well, we've got loads of different webinars and demonstrations in the Lendlord Digital Life Tribe on Property Tribes. So if you do want to get a better understanding of some of the different modules on Lendlords, you can use the link that I will supply with this video. But otherwise, please do, if you're not already a user of Lendlord, jump across to lendlord.io. It's free to join, free to use, and have a look around and start putting some property details into the software, and just see those wonderful insights start to appear in front of your very eyes. I call it's Lendlord magic. So hope you found this conversation valuable, and Avram and I will be back again with more insights how to get the most out of the Lendlord software. But for now, thank you for watching. Do like, subscribe to our channel and smash the notifications bell, and do also have a look at Lendlord's YouTube channel as well, and join up there because there's lots of material there as well. But for now, it's goodbye from Avram and myself.
Goodbye.